Hello, HSC 2025 students. Are you ready to start your engines and start climbing this mountain that is in front of you? Now, we have the biggest opportunity for HSC 2025 students available over the next 2 or 3 weeks before you start your HSC journey. And I'm not kidding. This is the biggest opportunity that is available to you. And only a small percentage of the cohort in your year across New South Wales are going to take advantage of this opportunity. And I want you to be one of those students that takes this opportunity. The good news is there's still opportunity to have a break, still do all the things that you want to do in the school holidays. But in between 6 to 10 hours, if you can allocate that time towards taking advantage of this opportunity, you're going to be in a much stronger position from day one. You're going to be more confident walking into those school gates for the start of year 12. For those first classes, you're going to be confident. You're going to be less anxious and overwhelmed as you're moving your way through the coursework and building up to your first set of assessment tasks. And you're going to get a stronger ranking in that first assessment task. And rank is very important in your year 12 year. So who doesn't want those things? And with 6 to 10 hours investment of your time, you can have those things. So what is the biggest opportunity? We're going to get there. But before we get there, we need to keep in mind that in 8, 9, 10 weeks, depending on when you're watching this video, you're going to have your first year 12 assessment task. That's not a lot of time. 8, 9 weeks from now, and you've got your first assessment task. And today's date is the 25th of September. So if you're watching this later, it's going to be less than that. So we need to get moving. The second consideration is by Christmas time, which is 90 days from today, you're 25% of the way through your HSC. So there's going to be an opportunity to have a break from your studies over the summer break. That is an important opportunity to recharge the batteries. But if we can invest some time and take advantage of this massive opportunity in front of you right now, then this term, you will be in control of this upcoming term. And then your break at Christmas at the quarter way mark through your HSC, then you can have a proper break. All right. So what is the opportunity that I'm talking about here? So first of all, it is critical that you have high familiarity, certainty, and awareness of what makes up each of your subjects. What are the topics according to the syllabus and what goes into each of those topics? You've got to have that awareness. You might not know what topic is going to be covered next term, but you do know the syllabus. And in year 12, these are the topics that are going to be covered. And the HSC moves at such a rapid pace, you've got to be in control of the process, and you will be in much more control of the process if you have the awareness of what the course material is. You want to get it to the level that if someone asked you, okay, what makes up business studies, biology, legal studies, economics, maths, what topics are covered in year 12 maths, that you're loosely able to describe, well, first of all, the topics. I know the topics, boom. And within that topic, it basically covers this. Modern history, core one is power and authority, and it covers the period from here to here, and it's got these events. These are the main events that it's going to be exploring and the themes. In addition to that, looking at a couple of past HSC exams, even if it's one, look at the format of those exams, because your trial exams and your HSC exams will be the exact same as that HSC exam. So understand what are the types of questions that I'm going to get in year 12. So that's a small amount of effort to build that awareness compared to those students that you might be sitting next to in class in that first week or two of school. And they're like, oh, wow, I've never heard about this before. This is really interesting. And you're sitting there going, oh yeah, ding, 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 ding. I've covered all of these ideas already. And then that process that your teacher's going through, explaining things and teaching you, it's revision for you. And yes, you're going to be learning more as the teacher covers it, but you've already got pathways in your brain associated with whatever those particular topics are. A small investment of time puts you at a huge advantage compared to those other students that are vague, uncertain, and lack the awareness of what is in each subject. Because remember, by the time you start year 12, we're 6 weeks away. In some cases, might be 7, might be 8 weeks, but I know in some schools it's 6 weeks after starting year 12, first assessment task. It goes so quickly. So you've got to have that awareness. The second task for you is to view or read your English text. That's fairly obvious as an idea, but there will be many, many students that don't do that. And if you're trying to read an English text, especially if it's a novel, whilst you are also covering all of the coursework for all of your other subjects, you're going to be moving at a very slow pace. So make sure that you do read your English text. And for the novels like 1984, that is going to be probably more than 10 hours I'm asking you to complete here. But it's a big investment of or in your future if you do read that text. Now, in addition to reading and viewing the text, we've got to research the text. Do a Google search about the text. Maybe there's a YouTube clip that you can watch that explores the themes of the text. What was the purpose of the author? Who was the author? What's the background around that author? And that's going to provide you the context that the text was written or created in. You want to get it to the level that if someone asks you, "Hi Jesse, could you please explain to me your English text for next term?" You're able to say, "Oh yeah, sure, let me explain." So the text is this, it explores these kind of themes. It links to the module is text and human experience, etc., etc. And that's it. If you can complete those two tasks, building strong awareness and certainty around your Year 12 coursework across each of the subjects, I know exactly what topics are going to be covered. I've looked at some past exams. I've read my English text and I've researched my English text. That is your massive opportunity, and it is the biggest opportunity for you to reduce anxiety, get prepared for your first assessment task, and get off to a strong start. Now, why is a strong start important? Well, you don't need to recover from a good start. So let's get off to a good start, and it feels good. I've got that ranking that I'm happy with from that first assessment task, and I want to maintain that assessment task. Sorry, that ranking, as opposed to I didn't perform as well as I wanted to in that first assessment task. And now, as a result of that, I've got to work harder in my subsequent assessment task to recover that ranking and get back on track. And we don't need to do that if we can get off to a great start. 6 to 10 hours, more if you've got to read your a novel as part of your first English text. 6 to 10 hours, and then you can get off to a great start. I've heard many objections from students, such as, I'm too tired, I need a break. This is my last set of holidays before the HSC. The other one is, I don't know what topics that I'm going to be studying. We'll use the syllabus. Ask your teacher at school. And the other one is, I can't go ahead of my teacher at school. Well, though I've heard all of those objections 1,000 times, but the best students in New South Wales, they will be using these 2-3 weeks to push ahead and lay the foundations to a strong first term, and then they can be on track for no regrets going to the Christmas holidays, where it's summer, you can spend time at the beach, relaxing, knowing that you've done everything that you possibly could. Now, I should have also indicated, yes, I do have a tiny little bit of a black eye. My wife said, you better explain that. And my black eye is just from my jiu-jitsu. I copped a knee to the face last week. I wasn't in some kind of street melee. But that's it from me, guys. I want you to take this opportunity, and I know that if you do take this opportunity, you're going to be in a much stronger position. Looking forward to any questions that you might have, post them, and anything that I can do, I'm more than happy to respond and give you any advice as you need it. Let's climb.